G'day everybody, my name is Lowell and welcome to the channel. So we have a reaction video for us today. This is inside the world's biggest buffet. So let's jump in. Let's have a look at this.
This is the biggest buffet in America, serving over 1.5 million guests every year.
Damn.
But it's not in Vegas or New York. It's in Pennsylvania's Amish country. With
That's not what I thought they were going to say.
Pennsylvania? Every year. But it's not in Vegas or New York. It's in Pennsylvania's Amish country. With rising food costs, eating habits changing, and all-you-can-eat buffets shutting down across the country, how has this place, in the middle of nowhere, managed to stay open for over 40 years? I'm in Earl, Pennsylvania at Shady Maple's Smorgasbord to find out how the biggest buffet in America runs, what type of cuisine they sell, and what makes this place so special. I'm gonna head inside. The scale of this place is hard to wrap your head around.
Oh my God.
It has the energy of a casino floor and moves a volume of food that seems almost impossible. I wanted to understand how they actually pull this off. So I met up with Summer, the director of food services, to see where it all starts, the kitchen.
I always say it's the biggest, smallest kitchen.
Yeah.
Pretty big, but we still need more room.
Yeah, it's amazing how you guys are able to put out so much stuff so efficiently, like all day long.
Yes.
How do you guys do that? Like, what does this setup look like?
So this setup here, this aisle here, this is what we call the prep kitchen, the prep aisle.
Okay.
So we have these big kettles here, cook stewed tomatoes, butter noodles, macaroni and cheese, soups. This is bacon that we're baking for the buffet right now. And Helen is loading more for when that comes out. She'll take it off and put it in these pans here. On Saturday, we'll go around through about 750 pounds of bacon.
So one day,
750 pounds of bacon. That's a lot of bacon. That's a lot of bacon.
We'll go around through about 750 pounds of bacon.
So one day, 750 pounds
for
of bacon?
Saturday, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how do you know like how much to cook and when and how to stagger it?
We actually keep records of year to year, of days to dates of what we use. So we know what we did last year.
Okay.
Numbers wise, food wise, and it all stays in sync. And even if we have bad weather, we'll write on our book that we keep stuff like it snowed today, it was cold today, so we can keep track of that. As I was walking around, I saw them putting a bunch of stuff on the griddle. There was one thing that I had never seen before, and I asked Summer what it was. So this is Tamara. She's going to be putting some scrapple down right now. She is making home fries and the Dutch fries, and Helena right there, she is making French toast.
Ooh. So what is scrapple?
So scrapple, our scrapple is pork scrapple.
Okay.
So it's pork and liver, and it has starch in it to bring it together. We slice it and then we fry it up. It's a Lancaster County favorite. To understand this food, you first have to understand the Pennsylvania Dutch.
Look at the bloody size of it. Oh my, and it looks bloody freezing outside too.
County favorite.
Dang.
To understand this food, you first have to understand the Pennsylvania Dutch, a group that isn't actually Dutch at all. They were 18th century German-speaking immigrants. The name itself came from a mispronunciation of their own word for themselves, Deutsch. Fleeing religious persecution in Europe, they landed here in Lancaster County. Drawn by the fertile, limestone-rich soil that promised the kind of quiet, self-sufficient life they were looking for. Over time, this community split. The Amish rejected the modern world entirely. No grid, no compromises, and the Mennonites found a middle path, using industrial logistics to scale a traditional way of life.
I've heard of Mennonites, and I never knew who they were. Okay, that makes sense. Okay.
Found a middle path, using industrial logistics to scale a traditional way of life without abandoning it. Their food reflects where they came from, built on a strict no-waste philosophy. It's calorie-dense and deeply comforting, as it needs to be for long work days on the farm. Nothing's thrown away. Everything has a purpose. And that's how you get scrapple, a dish born from scraps that became a staple. And it's cherished here today. But Pennsylvania Dutch food, that's just the beginning of what Shady Maple puts on the table. And we're still only talking about breakfast. And then all your pancakes, you guys are doing this to order or? So we have two kinds. We have a made-to-order pancake on the grill. These are the plain ones that are on the buffet, and she is making them to order. We have an ordering system. They'll order it, they'll make it, and put it on the table, and it'll go to the buffet. Every corner of the kitchen has a purpose. Engineered to keep fresh food moving all day without stopping. Even getting the dishes done is a massive undertaking. I assumed a place
Wow.
this size had to be corporate owned. I was shocked when I found out that I was wrong. Shady Maple has been family owned for over 40 years. So how does a business like this stay family run for so long? Well, I met with Len, the CEO, and one of two brothers who run Shady Maple to find out.
Most things here are completely scratched with literally my parents' and grandparents' recipes. It's a lot of authentic, local PA Dutch recipes. Donuts is something that we're super known for.
These look incredible.
Our donuts are all made literally from scratch. They're made in a fryer. They're flipped by hand with chopsticks.
Oh my God. I can't eat donuts, and that is just driving me crazy. Look at them. Oh my God. The food looks amazing. As he said, very comfort food. Oh.
Are all made literally from scratch. They're made in a fryer. They're flipped by hand with chopsticks. It's the old-fashioned way. And last year we made 4.5 million donuts.
Yeah, I mean, you would pay $6 for one of those donuts
at Manhattan all day long.
100%.
Yeah, we sell these for a little over $1 in a grocery store. You ever hear of shoe fly pie?
No, what's this?
Yes.
That's something. Another thing that's famous in this area. It's literally like a molasses maple syrup on the bottom, a cake topping. You should eat that before you eat your hot food. It's that good.
Really? All right.
It's that good.
Looking at this food, I didn't even know where to start. There were plenty of familiar staples, but some of these dishes I've never even heard of before. I wanted to focus on things I've never tried.
What is that?
So I grabbed some scrapple, a dish called mush and puddings, and homemade biscuits with chipped beef gravy. But I couldn't walk past the grill without picking up some eggs Benedict and eggs Florentine. And then there was the donut and shoe fly pie. Len had to get going, but his brother Phil agreed to sit down with Summer and me. Okay, so kind of give me like the history on mush with pudding.
Ever since I was a little kid, I just know that we always for breakfast had mush and puddings. It's one of the old-time favorites of Lancaster County that goes back hundreds of years. It's a little bit like the idea of scrapple, I tell people, but the taste is quite a bit different. Where scrapple is more set, that we can cut it and fry it, where the puddings it's looser.
It's good. The cornmeal is really crunchy too. It doesn't have like an aggressive livery taste.
It's just a very slight liver taste. I tell people if they don't know what it is, if they absolutely do not like liver, which I understand some people don't, don't even try it. But personally, I like liver, so I like.
All right, and then the
I
scrapple.
don't mind liver.
Our scrapple is all made with 100% fresh ingredients. It's basically half cornmeal with also, there's pork in there. There is a touch of liver in there also. We sell a lot of scrapple.
This is really good. It's the first time I've ever had it. I was honestly surprised by how much I liked the scrapple. The more familiar dishes were cooked perfectly, and the donuts, those are something you'd pay top dollar for at a high-end bakery. There's a level of detail here that sets them apart from what you'd expect at a buffet. But sitting here, eating, looking around at all these people, I kept thinking about COVID. Restaurants and buffets were closing everywhere.
Yeah,
and somehow this place made it through. I couldn't stop thinking about what that must have been like for them.
We had to close for a period of time, unfortunately, like everybody else. And we didn't know what's going to happen. I heard people say that there'll never be a buffet again in the United States like there was before. The stress levels were quite high. Fortunately for us, we have a grocery store across the parking lot that did extra well over that time. So that really was a big help for the family.
And a lot
really
of our
up.
smorgasbord employees got the option that they could work at the farm market.
It was tough, but I actually never had any fear in me. To me, I let it up to God. To me, God is in control, and we'll see what happens. And I always think there's a light at the end of the tunnel. You got to be optimistic about things. Things go away, things change. Sure enough, it took a little while, maybe about a year and a half or so, but yes.
That's a great way, that's a good perspective too. Like, can't control things, just let it be and just do the best you can. As I was finishing up, Phil offered to take us somewhere that's rarely ever been captured on camera. And as far as I know, I'm the first YouTuber that's ever gotten this kind of access. We headed across the street to see where they smoke their own meats and get a look inside their bakery.
This is the farm market. This building here was started in 1970.
Okay, and this was started by your dad?
Right, it was about 1/10 of the size that it is today.
All of this started with a single farm stand that Phil's grandfather created. And that's actually where the name Shady Maple comes from, since his original stand in the 1960s was placed under the shade of a maple tree. That little stand—
That is brilliant. Shady Maple, because that's where it started, underneath the maple tree. That's brilliant. Brilliant.
Original stand in the 1960s was placed under the shade of a maple tree. That little stand has since grown into a 120,000 square foot store, but they still keep a replica of it inside. We worked our way through the aisles into the back where they smoke the meats that they sell both in the restaurant and in the store. Oh, it smells so good.
So every time I come over here, I walk through here just because I love to smell it.
Yeah, it smells awesome.
I just love to smell the smell of the smoked product.
I was blown away that a buffet would even try to smoke their own meats, but that was only part of it. Phil took us next door where we met Ron, the meat manager, who showed us something I genuinely couldn't believe they were doing in-house.
This is a double unit.
Oh, wow. Is that all pork butts?
Yeah, this is for ham.
Oh, nice.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Look. Oh, you can imagine the smell when you open that door. Oh my God.
Ham.
Oh.
More ham too.
More ham.
Yeah.
So what style of ham is this? Would you call it? Like country? It's not country ham,
No,
right?
This is actually this is Shady Maple ham.
It's like your own thing. With their own style of hams comes their own unique process for making them. I asked Ron to walk me through it.
It goes through this guy. I mean, this is loaded up, 800 pounds at a shot. Goes through the injectors, so that the needles go in every 2.5 minutes.
It's speeding up the process of having to brine it for a really long time.
Yeah. So then this is our tumbler.
What does the tumbling do for it?
It actually helps impact the moisture, compresses it. That way that injection gets pounded into the muscle.
Instead of just kind of like working its way out?
Yes, correct.
Smart. This meat room not only supplies the restaurant, but you can also buy most of it in store. Like this 5-pound brick of scrapple, or some of the ham that they just carved. But there was another spot I was excited to see, and that's the bakery. This spot has such high quality standards that even though Phil is an owner, he still had to ask permission from the chef for us to be able to come in, so we didn't disturb the sterile environment. Oh my gosh, it smells so good.
So these are donuts that could very easily, some of these could be at the smorgasbord tomorrow.
So who comes up with all the donut recipes and ideas?
That's 50 years. I mean, like we had cream-filled and custard-filled donuts for years, and glazed. But Long John's only came on the scene, I'm saying 10 to 15 years ago, maybe longer.
Is that what you call those things?
That would be a Long John, yes.
Long John, okay.
And then she is putting cream filling in there. So she has to know a little bit how much to put in, and she don't put enough in there, it's not enough, but if she puts too much in, they'll blow out the other side.
Gotcha, so it's something that you gotta like kind of learn the skill over time.
Like here's a rack of the apple fritters.
Wow,
that have been
so good.
They've been dropped in the glazed, and now they're letting the glaze to drip down a little bit.
There's so much care that goes into something as simple as a donut. Instead of cutting corners and outsourcing, they're doing the opposite, hand frying and filling each one. And most of these recipes have been passed down for generations. You can taste the difference, and clearly other people can too, because the line never stops. After seeing the bakery, it was time to head back to the restaurant. Lunch was about to start. So you have grilled chicken. How many different types of chicken do you guys cook?
So we do fried chicken, we do marinated chicken thighs, sometimes we do jerk chicken. They're making crispy herb chicken, sometimes we'll do barbecue chicken.
I was curious to know, how do they handle making this much chicken at scale?
So on a Saturday, we will have 2 people on chicken. Somebody's rolling, somebody's always putting it in, taking out.
So you're just kind of all day?
All day long, all day long.
That just kind of slaps the little extra grease out of it.
Yep. Then he'll take it, whatever side. This is going to the East Buffet. We just put the ticket in like that, and they put it on the table. Then the food runner will get it and take it out to the buffet attendants.
Can I try a piece?
Yes. Pick
Awesome, thank you.
Which one you want.
Cool. All right.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, hot. I really like
So that
this
guy
batter.
at the end coming, we call him the chicken man because he's usually the one that's all day long doing chicken when he's here. Yeah.
Remember my name, Handsome Man.
Yeah, and he calls
There you
himself
go.
Handsome Man.
Handsome man. I love it. No one calls me that. Watching all the prep that everyone was doing to prepare for lunch, it hit me. We've been walking around all morning, and I haven't seen a single fridge. Where are they?
We have a big freezer, and we also have 3 other coolers. One cooler we put milk and dairy. One cooler is just all meat, and one is the prep stuff that we're bringing up to put in the oven.
So there's almost like a little underground city under here. Where
That is right, yes.
After trying the food, I wanted to see what the buffet fully offered. I walked out with Summer so she could guide me through it.
We always try to have a big fish of some time. Cod are usually haddock or top two. And then every now and then, like we try to have fried fish, especially during Lent right now, fried shrimp. We try to have more.
The buffet had so much to offer, it was almost overwhelming. And there were other really interesting Pennsylvania Dutch items on the menu, like their ham balls, which is a mixture of fresh pork and ham, creating an interesting meatball texture that tastes like ham. There's slow-cooked roast beef and pork and sauerkraut. There were multiple soups that are made from scratch daily, full salad bar, tons of different types of vegetables, even pickled eggs, which low-key I love. And I was only halfway through the line.
So this week we're running our wing and appetizer bar, which we have sweet chili wings, which we make our own sweet chili sauce in-house. We make our own house dressing, and that's the base for the sweet chili wings. And garlic parmesan and barbecue and hot. And we get pretzel bites with cheese sauce and mozzarella sticks and marinara.
Man, I would just post up right here. The rest of the buffet was packed with seafood, fried chicken, and honestly, too much to take in all at once. But walking through it all, I kept coming back to the same thought. This whole thing started with one person in a farm stand. You don't build something like this alone. There are hundreds of employees working at any given time. And I found out there's actually one person who's been here since the very first day of the original store, back in the 1970s.
It's been so much fun. I don't even seem that long.
That's awesome. So you've seen this place grow from buffet into what it is now.
Oh yeah, first Saturday we were open, we served 350 people all day long. We were there until almost midnight. We didn't know what we were doing. We had one little mixer for the mashed potatoes, the chocolate pudding, everything. In 2023, I was diagnosed with stage 3 breast cancer.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh, it's okay. I'm in remission now.
Oh, good.
And do you know what? Phil, the owner, and Summer, this lady here, when I got the call, they were right there with me. And Phil even put his hand on my shoulder to pray for me. His wife, he took me to a chemo treatment. She took me to chemo treatment. Yeah, it's like a family here.
What does this place mean to you?
There's no words to describe it. It's like, I'm not even doing come to work. Sometimes I run through the parking lot to get in. Don't you do that too? You can hardly wait to get in. I couldn't wait to get in today. I'm making noodles over there, making rice and blah, blah, blah.
That's so amazing. So it's still exciting to you every day?
Oh my goodness, yes, yeah.
As lunch
I mean, it must be a pretty good place to work if you're still excited to come to work after that many years. Okay.
You every day.
Oh my goodness, yes, yeah.
As lunch turned into dinner, the kitchen never slowed down. The salad station was peeling fresh vegetables, chicken was getting fried, and the team was working through the final push before service. Tonight, they had grilled steaks to order, salmon, catfish, hot dogs, and burgers, all on the menu. Walking through all this, it hit me. Summer's running this entire operation. It's a lot of stress.
Yeah. I never think of it that way until somebody says, do you realize what all that you guys do in there? Like everybody, like Shady Maple as a whole.
Yeah, you've been so chill this whole time. If I had to take, I would be like so stressed just thinking about my day-to-day, never mind being in a YouTube video. So thank you very much.
Yes, you're welcome.
After seeing everything that goes into this place, the smoking of the meats, the baking, the prep that never seems to stop, I wanted to finally experience the dinner for myself. There's so much to try, I don't think you could ever taste everything in one sitting. But I wanted to put together a proper feast for me and the crew. We had steaks cooked to order, pizza, mac and cheese, fried chicken, fried seafood, brisket. Honestly, I lost count of everything I grabbed. I was happy to finally sit down with my cameraman and good friend Corey to help me eat this food we've watched them prepare all day. You've been staring at this all day.
I've been watching you eat all day, so I'm ready to eat.
Everything we ate was delicious. You can tell they put a lot of thought and care into every dish that they make, even though they're doing it at such high volume. As I was looking around, I could see how much this place brings people together. I think that's what makes Shady Maple so special. It might be the biggest buffet in America, but it's the family recipes and the hardworking people here that make it a destination. And to think that all of this came from a small roadside farm stand, it's incredible what the family and the staff have been able to build. Subscribe for the next one.
I gotta tell you, when you hear things about the world's biggest this or the world's biggest that, you think, as I said, it's going to be a corporation and it's going to be run by numbers, etc., etc. but it's just a family running the shop and the buffet as they have for however many years. To see the size of the operation as well, you know, fresh homemade donuts and, you know, they're smoking their own meats and everything else like that. That guy's been working there for 50 years or whatever. You know, it's just like they must be doing something right. You know, they must be doing something right. It must taste bloody good because people keep coming back and it keeps growing. So that was fantastic. That was very fascinating. Very fascinating. I love seeing behind the scenes, especially when it's something like that. You know, how is it run, you know? And everybody does seem pretty chill there, you know. Everybody seems to be smiling. It seems like it was a good operation. So that was very interesting. Never heard of it before. Kind of surprised it's in Pennsylvania, I gotta say. I thought maybe New York, maybe even LA, something like that, you know. But apparently they're doing what they do and they do it bloody good. So let me know if you enjoyed that one, guys. Thank you very much for joining me today. Make sure you stay safe, and I will definitely see you in the next reaction video. Oh, you're still here? You want more content? Why don't you check out my Patreon down here? You'll get plenty more content and some exclusive videos over there too. If not, why not check out this one over here?